What's good, Raider Nation? Welcome in to another exciting episode of the Raider Ragu Show. Thanks for tuning in. First off, please continue to support the show. Please like and comment on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't when you go check us out. Also, on the audio portion, please download the show. Let's not forget our sponsor, shebangboutique.com, SHEE bangboutique.com. Go over there, get your girl something fly. All right, Raider Nation. So last time I hollered at y'all, it was before the Falcons game. I was had a little technical difficulties, had some of my equipment in the shop. So anyway, here we go. We end up playing the Falcons Monday night. It was well, let me go back. Before the Falcons game, we got the news that Max was shutting it down for the season. He re-injured the ankle that he had hurt in week 2 versus the Ravens that he had been trying to struggle and play through. And it was leading really to him having a subpar campaign for him as far as sacks goes. He was still getting after it, leading the league in TFLs and whatnot. But it was hindering him, and then he hurt it again. So Max is out. Got that news prior to the game. So also before the game, my main man Charles Snowden had got a DUI. So I don't believe he was with the team. So the D line was kind of thin coming in. So we wish Max a speedy recovery. And as of the time I'm taping this show, he already had surgery on the ankle and is healing up already. So he should be ready to go for camp and all that. And still, Raider diehard. So shout out to Max. Get well soon, Max. AP also had some comments recently about his job, and Vinny and a couple other guys asked him on a Zoom call about his job, and he responded by saying he's under contract. So it sounds like he hasn't got any, like backroom assurances like maybe we was thinking at one point. So he very well could be one and done. In my opinion, it's starting to look like they're going one and done him. I don't agree with it. I feel like he should get another shot with a quarterback and some better coaching and get rid of some of the coaches. Better OC. Just less injuries, more drafted young players that's ready to get after it. Fresh, hungry guys. Like if we could get 3 more guys to start, like we did in this draft, that would be a plus for him to add to the roster. And then when guys start going down, we're not as pressed at the backup. The fall off isn't as steep. You have to re-sign some guys and just whip this roster into a little bit better shape, man, because on offense, they really let us down. Like after, we saw that the quarterback situation wasn't going to be good, and then Devontae Adams, got traded. You really saw that it was a little bit of lack of depth, lack of talent, really, on offense, in my opinion. We need some receivers, some backs, and linemen, and a quarterback. You need everything on offense, everything. So to try to blame AP for all that to me is a lot, but you know how it go. Um, it's sometimes the black coaches aren't afforded the leeway or the you know the slack in the chain, if you would, to keep in the slack in the leash. I don't want to use the word chain. That sounds bad. Slack in the leash. You know what I'm saying? Where you can let the dude give him a little space to mess up or whatever, and still support him. That doesn't usually happen. You got to come in and be really good, or you know what's gonna happen. So I don't think he should get canned, but I think they might can him anyway. We're not even gonna talk about that any further, like going into like who can replace him, all that shit. We're not even gonna do all that because I don't. I'm not gonna talk like that until he's already gone, if he's gonna be gone. Anyway, Raiders played the Falcons, fall to 2-12, which is one of the worst records the Raiders ever had. That's for sure. After 14 games played, 2-12 is terrible. Um, I don't think they're tanking. There's some evidence kind of that might show that they might be, but I don't think they're tanking. The guys are still playing hard. We just, as you know, into the Tampa Bay game, Aiden got hurt. Not even really the end, third quarter. Aiden got hurt. Desmond Ritter finished the game. We thought Aiden's injury was more serious. Matter of fact, last time I talked to you, I thought Aiden was out for the season, and then that did not happen. He was on the sideline for this game. He actually would have went in if Ritter would have got hurt. But we had Desmond Ritter, man. So we're on our third quarterback, second offensive coordinator. We're just trying to put together some competent offense right now. And if you saw the game, they were in like full time shotgun, never got under the center. Even the announcing crew was speaking on it. And it was just looking like bad offensive football, man. Lucky for us, Kirk Cousins was matching us, bad football for bad football. And we were able to stick around. The Raiders were able to stick around in that game and honestly had a chance to win there at the end. They got that bogus roughing the passer call on Spillane, which extended their drive and had let them keep the ball longer. And once the Raiders ended up getting the ball back, they didn't have enough time. But they stopped them again, and they really had stopped them like 2 minutes earlier, or a minute and 40 some seconds earlier. They called that bogus penalty, man, when he just blocked a pass, and they said he hit him in his head. He hit uh, Kirk Cousins in the head, illegal hands to the face or whatever, man. It was roughing the passer call. It was terrible. That allowed the Falcons to keep the ball a little longer, and then the Raiders end up having to kind of stop their drive and throw two Hail Marys there at the end. And they came, maybe a little bit better throw on the Hail Mary away from winning the game, man. Uh, and just the fact that it was a chance at the end to win the game is something else because during this game, it was pretty painful, man. It was bad. When I'm talking about offensively, just some bad foot. It was it was hard to watch. I ain't gonna lie. It was hard to watch. But as a Raider fan, I stuck through it. I don't know if any like football fans actually sat there and watched that game that wasn't Atlanta Falcons fans or Raider fans because it stunk. The game was a stinker. I ain't gonna lie to you. Uh, Raiders hung in there, played hard, pause like they have been doing all season for Antonio Pierce. Fell short, like we've been saying a lot. Uh, Matter of fact, what is it? 11 straight ball games now where we've been saying that. Um, so yeah, the Raiders lose another one at home versus Atlanta, and also during the game they lost Sincere McCormick for the remainder of the season. He had a pretty bad ankle sprain, I believe it is. They end up calling it, but it was pretty bad. I feel like I just want to say this. I feel like Sincere was doing well, having success, a couple ball games, and then he, I don't know, man. It was something about the cleats. When I saw him with those flashy cleats on, I felt like and he's starting now. I felt like he had just got a little too comfortable and was had thinking a little bit about the wrong stuff, man, a little bit, and it wasn't going to end good. And lo and behold, man, he ended up getting hurt in that game, like early, first quarter, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to Sincere, man. I hope you heal up good, man, and ready for camp. It's a shame that when you got your opportunity, this happened, man, because what you needed to do, Sincere McCormick, was finish off this season strong, got better as the season went on because you only played, you only got called in after what, like double digit games already did it. So it was 2/3 of the season nearly had been played already. So if you could have came in and played those last 6 games tough and like you were doing, um, and then ended the season with your performance fresh in the minds of everybody, the coaches, the fans, upstairs. But looks like you're not gonna be able to do that, man. So feel bad for you, but keep your head up, man, and uh, hope to see you back on the field soon. Okay, now the irony of this week's matchup. So now this is week 16. The irony of this week's matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars is that we have the 2 worst records in the entire league. And this is the pick on the line, the higher first round draft pick overall on the line right now. It hurts me to be saying that. Never thought I was going to be saying that when we were leading up to the season, man, and everything was sounding good, and we was riding that high from AP being interim until him being the getting the head job. Pause. So that's the reality, though. Right now, we are playing the #1 draft pick bowl on Sunday. It's crazy. Um, this is the one team that we could beat and still get the quarterback. However, there's a contingent of us Raider folks that want the #1 pick overall, so that the Raiders can pick Travis Hunter because we're thinking he's a generational guy, and in my opinion, a you know double-digit year starter perhaps at corner, barring injury. Um, just a talent that you can't just leave there. He has the potential to be a lockdown corner, which you need in this league, and quite frankly, that we need in the AFC West. And then either trade back into the draft to get a QB or get a QB in free agency like a um, Sam Darnold or Justin Fields, or someone of that nature. So there's people that's leaning that way. Some people are like, screw that, it's Shador or bust. Uh, so now we could beat Jacksonville and still get Shador, is what I'm saying, because Jacksonville just paid, invested, nearly a quarter bill into, no, yeah, a quarter bill plus into Trevor Lawrence. So they can't. And are we calling him Trevor? Was it was it still William? So my bad, William. Um, they paid him a quarter billion. So they're not looking for a quarterback. They got to stick with him. Um, unless something crazy happens and they find somebody to trade him to, which is crazy. So we could actually beat them and still get Shador. Now, normally, I just freshly watched the game before I do the show. However, with this game, I did not do that, man. I did not want to subject myself to watching any Jacksonville football, especially coming off of that Raider game. So, we know that they have backups in place. Mac Jones, I believe, is playing quarterback over there. Uh, they do have a pretty decent defense, and I expect a game similar to what we just saw on Monday. However, the Raiders may just get a victory here, and I know I'll always say that, but it'll be a safe victory. I know Ant is gonna not agree with that. He's gonna say, "Man, we need to lose so that we can get Travis." I already know what he's thinking, but I feel like we can go ahead and win this one. We still get Sanders. We may not get Travis, but you never know, man. Stranger things have happened. We might be able to get both of those guys still. All right, so I'm predicting that the Raiders are gonna go ahead and pull one out. Pause in Jacksonville. Right, the game is in Vegas or is it in Jacksonville? Um, score, you know, they probably gonna have real low under. Oh no, it's at home. And we would be tied for the worst record. Obviously probably would have the tiebreaker because we beat them, but we'd be tied with the worst record if we beat them. So because they're 3-11, we're 2-12 games at home. So I feel like the Raiders might go ahead and pull this one out at home. Jacksonville don't have a huge fan base like that, so they're not going to be traveled. They're not going to be all deep in the stadium. And if you're a Raider fan, you want to go to a game, it's probably a good one to go to. There's probably, not that high demand. This is one of the last games of the season at home. So that's my prediction, man. I'm going to say Raiders are going to win this thing 17-13. It's a harmless victory. Perhaps we can still get the number one pick overall and win this game. So, anything else, man? Nas, we'll pick up where we left off after this game, and we'll get some injuries and whatnot. I just told you, Sincere and Max are definitely done. 90 minutes before kickoff, we'll see exactly who's not going to be playing this Sunday at home. So, like I always say, man, I ain't gonna hold you. Just win, baby, and peace.